What up, you guys? Today I wanted to really quickly talk to you guys about your hip positioning when you're doing unilateral work. Had to think about it. 5, 2, 1. So when we're just training one side of our body at a time, or we're predominantly focusing on one side of the body at a time. For example, lunges, step-ups, Bulgarians, things of that nature where one leg is doing most of the work. Sure, in a lunge, the back leg is getting some recruitment, but most of the work is coming from one side. But something that starts to happen really frequently in hips that we usually have no aware of that it's even happening is shifting one side to the other side. And all of that shifting is going to irritate and inflame that low back, especially when we're under a heavy load. Because what happens is all of those erectors and low back muscles have to kind of correct and compensate for the shift in the pelvic bone. So our goal should always be to keep the hips totally parallel to the floor. So if I were to draw a straight line from hip crest to hip crest, it would be nice and parallel to the floor. So before you begin any step up, I see girls all over Instagram, all over the gram, with these super high boxes way up here, and they've got their leg pulled way up here, and they just got their foot up on there, and their butts look amazing, but their hips, not so much. So what happens is they're under a load, and they've got this leg way up here, and what they don't even realize they're doing is they're shifted through their hips. And when that occurs, the very first thing the body has to do, before it can even recruit the glute, is try to compensate through the hips. And oftentimes, that means altered forces and pulling of the low spine. So how high should your box be if you're doing a step up? Great question. A drill I like to do with my clients anyways, regardless if they're doing step ups or not, is get them really aware of what the pelvic bone does when they flex their hip, meaning when they lift that knee. Okay, so lift that knee while trying to maintain a completely parallel hip bone. And back down. Abs in, hip flexors are engaged, and bring it back down. So how high should your box be? Your box, I brought the chair over so you can kind of visually see. I'm going to switch to my other leg here for a minute for demo purposes. If I were to keep my hips totally parallel, the highest I can bring my foot without shifting and tilting is about here. So the box that I could use would be no higher than this. And in fact, I would probably drop a couple inches just to ensure maximal glute recruitment. So bring the box over, test it on both sides, because sometimes we can get our leg to a certain point on one side without shifting, but sometimes on the other leg, we have a little difference. We might not be able to bring it quite as high or match. So test both sides. Practice really stabilizing. Those deep belly muscles have to really engage to stabilize that spine and prevent any shifting. It takes a lot of focus because it's so easy to just shift and not even realize that you're shifting. So that's my training tip for you. Before you do step-ups, practice this drill. Even if you're not doing step-ups, practice this drill. Practice keeping those hips parallel. When you're doing lunging, are you coming up wonky? Are you shifting one side at a time first, or are they nice and parallel to the floor? This is one of the very many things that we dive into in my Get It Right program, trying to figure out where the hips should be, where should your core be, where should your ribs be, where should your shoulder blades be, where should your head and neck be? Is one shoulder higher than the other? What does that mean and how do we fix and correct it? Awareness is always the very first step. Start to notice where we have those holes in our movement patterns, and then we can start to self-correct.